Hey there, YouTubers. Hope you're doing well. Today I am going to give you a little demo of the IYV IS-200, aka strat style. And then I'm also going to do a comparison between this and a Fender USA American made strat, as well as a homebrew strat that I call my Frankenstrat also. So between the three of them. So let's start off with just this guy telling you what I noticed. So right from the start on the top here, headstock. So tuners, they're cheap tuners. They're a little sloppy, but they work just fine. The finish on this neck is a little bit thick for me, but it's really nice, actually quite nice. So if I keep the guitar, I'll probably take and sand down that back of that neck and make it smoother, and probably scrape off some of that lacquer off the fretboard because it's a bit thick. The nut is obviously a just plastic, but it works. It's not bad at all. The frets are actually no sharp edges whatsoever. Just blew my mind when I ran my fingers down this and went, wow, okay, they did not leave any sharp edges on those frets. They did, however, not polish the frets, so the frets are actually scraped off a little bit just so I could play it for this demo. But I'll be taking these strings off and of course replacing them because they're kind of rusty. But the frets were kind of crusty and rusty as well, probably just from the high humidity in Vietnam. So anyway, the neck width is, I believe, 43. Hold on, let me get that measuring here. So it's a little fatter than I prefer, but let me look here. It is, yep, 43 exactly. So I prefer a 42 millimeter, but it's all right. It's still pretty thin on the backside. I did not measure the radius of it yet. It's actually pretty flat, so I'm surprised. I was expecting like a 9.5 or something, but I think it's flatter. So the neck, yes, everything good on the neck. Actually, one solid piece of maple, not a fretboard on top of that. It's right into the maple. So, and actually pretty nice looking wood. Wondering where they get that from. It's from Canada or something maybe. Okay, so then we've got the body. So they say this is an alder body. Actually really nice grain. I don't know where they're getting this, if it's really alder or not. It looks somewhat like alder. It does definitely look like my USA Strat's alder body, but may not be American alder. Might be get some Asian version of it or something. I found several little tiny flaws, little dimples. You can hardly see them that were under the finish. That there's like one there, there's two, three. I think I saw, oh yeah, on 4, one on this side. Little tiny dimples, not bad at all. I mean, I've seen these kind of flaws in Mexican-made strats and even USA-made strats. The polishing of the finish looks like they got a little rushed on that, because I can see around the edges here it's still dull, like they didn't get it. You know, when they put them on the buffing machine, they got to buff all that. It's still a little dull on some of these edges here. And a little bit on the back, but it's not bad. The stain and everything, the coloring of it, where it fades from a amber to an orange to a red out to a black, very well done. These guys definitely knew what they were doing with that. Unfortunately, it has a little chip right here on this upper bout and a scuff on the bottom bout. That probably did not come from production. That probably happened en route or something. Unfortunately, they do not package these very well at all, and I noticed that the box had a little crunch in it, and I'm wondering if that little chip happened from en route. So So that's the way it is, unfortunately. I'll probably try filling that little chip in a little bit. Other than that, that's really good. The body, amazingly enough, is a full-size Strat body. I was really expecting to have like a Squire body, which is 1 3/4 inches, but this one is just about 2 inches. If you come here and look, it is, well, 46.4 millimeters, or 1.85 at that part. And let's see what it is down here. Yeah, about the same, 1.882. So almost 2 inches, almost exactly same as my US Strat. The pickups are, okay, so first of all, let me go back up. The string height and everything is set right on. Blew my mind. These guys got the action just right. The neck relief, just right. No problems there, no buzzing, no scratching, no buzz out on the frets. The intonation just blew my mind. It's right on. Every string is intonated just right. So they obviously knew what they're doing, setting the intonation up. The pickup heights are almost identical to my USA Strat, how they adjusted them, brought them up. Their distance is almost exactly the same. Now they are basically all the same height, whereas the USA, they start at a little higher and goes lower, 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 all the way down to the neck. But that's, you know. The other thing I noticed is the pickups are, they don't make a lot of sound. They're quiet. They're like almost noiseless pickups. So I don't know if they double coiled them in there or they just wound them really good and potted them really well, but they don't do that single coil hum. Although you'll notice when I play, you're going to hear a hum, but that's a 60 hertz hum coming off my tube amp, because it's a tube amp. The pots are smooth and volume goes up and down real smooth. The tones work just fine, no squeaky, no squawky. They're probably cheap pots in there, and someday maybe replace them, whatever. The selector switch really is quite smooth, works just fine, no looseness, anything going on. The output jack, unfortunately it is loose, so I'm going to take this open it up here in a little while and tighten up that nut, but that's a pretty common thing to happen. Even I've got other guitars that do that. What else? Standard buttons for your strap. Nothing fancy there. They got the old vintage style bridge here with these saddles, which functional just fine. This whammy bar does work, and I played around with it a little bit. Nothing going on there, any issues. So I'd say probably the weakest point here is probably the tuners. Maybe these tuning machines I'll replace. Like I said, there's a little slop in them, but they work. And I'm glad I got this style of headstock. They've changed their headstock. Supposedly they got in trouble or something for copying Fender, but this isn't really that close to Fender. This is what. Anyway, I won't go there. I'm actually very surprised at the pricing. This one now, I mean, this has gone up in price because of our wonderful inflation that we're having right now, because, well, political reasons, you can say. But I think I paid $128 for it, US dollars, and that's still a pretty good deal. Certainly better than any Squire Strat, and I'd say it's probably pretty dang close to as good as a made in Mexico Strat. So for that kind of money, you can't beat it. Anyway, so all right, so what we're gonna do, I'm gonna play a little bit of this, and then I'll switch to my USA Strat, play a little bit, and then I'll switch to my homebrew and play a little bit, and so you have a little bit of comparison, and let you be the judge. So hang tight, I'll be right back. Okay, here we go. Let's give this guy a little test run here. See if I can do this. I got the wrong kind of cable on this thing. Okay, we'll start out with the bridge pickup. Oh, and by the way, you'll hear a hum and I got fans blowing back here and hum from my tube amplifier. It's coming out of a my own homebrew built. It's basically a Princeton Deluxe tube amp, anyway, you'll hear some hum, so that just kind of goes with it. So anyway. Alright, next selection, bridge and middle. Okay, now middle. Okay, and now middle and neck. And now just the neck. Okay, and tone, by the way, roll up. Here's bridge. Okay. There you have it. And the middle one, I like the middle one. A little beefier. And the neck. Alright, there's the demo. Now we're going to compare between the other two, and you decide which one you like best. Stand by. Alright, we're back. Here I have my USA. This is a 50th anniversary tribute guitar made in the USA. Notice that its finish is very similar to the IYV, same style. This does have noiseless pickups, and it's all got modern hardware on it, so a little bit different. Oh, and I did forget to mention, the IYV is a little lighter than this. It weighs about 7.5 pounds. This weighs almost 8 pounds. I prefer lighter guitars. Anyway, so here we go. Let's give this guy a try. Starting on the bridge. Okay, bridge and middle. Middle pickup. Middle and neck. And neck. There you have it. Okay, stand by. Next up, homebrew. Alright, here we are. This is my homebrew. I've made several guitars, well, quite a few guitars over the years. This one was put together with just a bunch of parts I had left over from other projects. This is not going to be a complete apples to apples comparison, because with this guitar I was kind of trying to go for the Brian May tone. So you're going to see that it's got these two pickups here are kind of a Brian May kind of flavor, and they've got big fat beefy pull tips. The one in the middle is the vintage style standard Strat pickup. It's actually one of my favorites. These are all GFS pickups. So anyway, so I'll try to keep it mostly all Strat the best I can. So here you go. Let's listen to the differences here. Alright, ready? This is bridge, by the way. Okay. Bridge and middle pickup. Middle pickup. Middle and neck. And neck. There you have it. Alright, bottom line, well, I'll tell you the bottom line. Bottom line is pretty dang good for the money. I've had pretty good luck with IYVs. I've become a fan of them for several reasons. One, they're luthiers, so obviously know what they're doing. Their quality control is usually pretty good. Occasionally you get some that are off. I see stuff on Facebook, people complaining that they are just really messed up guitar that they get or whatever. But I've been really lucky. I own 4 of them. I've owned 4 or 5 of them. This is the first Strat because I really didn't need a Strat. I have 3 of them already, but I couldn't resist trying this out. I may keep it, or I may return it. I don't know, or sell it or something. I don't know. But there you go. I hope you enjoyed it, the little demo, and you can thumbs up, subscribe. Have a great day, YouTubers. Bye.